You're wasting all the time. Another hour gone, did you hear the chime? You're wasting all the time. Recorded for Thursday.
February 25th, February 25, 2021. This is mine. I'm taking it. Wow, that was close.
That was aggressive.
It was a little. He said fight for it, and I won.
I like how I kind of started, and then you just went into it, and I stopped. And I appreciate how John said nothing.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing the November joke, and like kind of, I was like, oh well, but I don't want to like be the first one in the pool with November. I want to be like doing that underneath someone doing it correctly. And then Cody's came in and it was like, oh no, that's I'm gonna just let that happen.
Yeah.
People say that a lot about me. I don't know why.
Exactly to plan.
Exactly.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
And welcome to Wasting All the Time, an improv comedy podcast.
That's this one.
I will be your host for this episode, a green episode for February 25th. My name is Dave. And joining me for this effort are my cohorts, Cody.
Why, that's me. Loud and obnoxious.
John.
Hey, that I think that's me.
And Jess.
I don't know who that person is. Who's that? I have a name tag. My name tag says I'm Jess. Hello.
That's right. We're going to get into some fun improvisation based off of various sources of suggestion. But before we do all that, I wanted to take care of a little bit of business, as people say.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, this podcast is now available on Audible. If you are a user of Audible, go do a search. And if that's your preferred listening venue, then check us out there. And secondly, we have expanded our Discord server to accommodate all of our listeners, not just our patrons. So if you have Discord, if you're a frequenter of that digital platform, go check us out. There's a link in the show notes. We've got all kinds of chat channels and ways to interact.
Show us your genius.
Mm-hmm.
Show me your strengths. No, show me your moves. That's it. That's it.
I just want to see your memes.
Show me your memes.
Screw what Hogwarts, station you're in or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, give me your memes.
I want to see the dankest memes that you've got.
Yeah.
So to transition from our new Discord to this first segment, let me tell you the first segment we're going to do today is called Science Time with Dave, where I talk about some sort of subject that is related to scientific study. And normally I use a magical wheel of suggestions. However, I recently got a new cell phone, and my wheel did not transfer successfully to a new phone.
Oh, no.
Break the phone, return it, get your money back.
Coincidentally, there is a Science Time channel in our Discord, and I got a suggestion for what I should talk about today.
Snapdog soda pop.
How about that, huh?
Our listeners to the rescue once more.
That's right. So today I'm going to be talking about something that I didn't know anything about previously. I had to research this one, which, let's be honest, if we had stuck only to the things I knew about, this segment was going to dry up real quick anyway. So here we go. I'm going to talk about transistor microchips.
Oh my.
Let's get started.
Get ready to learn, because it's Science Time with Dave.
That's right, I'm talking about transistor microchips. And you might say, hey Dave, isn't your dad an electronics engineer? And I'm going to say, yeah, but the number of times we've talked about what he does could fit on my hands with my fingers. And anytime it happened, I was like, what the fuck magical wizardry is this anyway? I don't understand this. So a transistor, simply put, is a thing that it can be a switch, and it's got 3 pins, and it can also be an amplifier, and that's a cool thing. It used to be like the size of your palm, but then very quickly became smaller than that in the race to infinity. And it's now one of the most produced items ever created by humans, with over many sextillions. And they're done on silicon, and there is basically voltages. And the Bell Labs played a big role in them and coming up with cool ones. And that's the gist. Whew. Oh, that took a lot out of me.
I learned a lot there, probably.
I really want to know what the uncool ones are then, though. What are
They were left. They were squashed.
Oh. No.
Oh.
Yeah, it's true.
Super squashed. Like the sport. Squash.
Let's move it right along to the next segment.
That may or may not be about squashing.
We don't know. We're going to find out.
Upwards, downwards, forwards, backwards, I say we go Fruitwards.
All right, now it's time for Fruitwards. Fruitwards is a game where we take a random adjective, a random noun, we squash them together, and then improvise a scene inspired by that conjunction. I'm going to navigate my personal computer to fruitwords.com, link in the description, and use the handy-dandy website to get said suggestions. Let's get into it. Our words for this episode are stupid divarication.
Oh my.
Stupid divarication?
Stupid divarication. Divarication is a separation into 2 parts or branches, a forking, a divergence. And stupid is as stupid does. Stupid divarication. So we can take the long route, go around the mountain, or we could dig a tunnel, go straight through.
Right. What about the other path around the mountain? Isn't that supposed to be shorter?
We were checking that out, and it's debatable. Sort of 6 1/2 dozen.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah. Did you know something I didn't?
I don't know. I just feel like, if our choices are go on the long road, that's got the poison spiders along it, or tunnel through a fucking mountain.
Yeah.
Maybe we should find out if there's poison spiders on the other side, on the other trail. Mountain's got 2 sides.
A mountain's got 2 sides.
Hello, travelers. I see you are contemplating
Oh,
the
God,
mountain
it's weird, Jake.
route. Hello, Stan.
Hey, howdy there, Weird Jake. How you doing today?
Hello, good. I am well within the bounds of myself today.
That's good. Hey, we've got actually a question for you. Appreciate all of the
A question.
sightseeing that you've been guiding us on around here.
Good.
This being your natural habitat and all, Weird Jake. But, yeah, we were wondering about spiders on
Spiders.
both sides of the mountain.
A mountain does have 2 sides. You are very wise. Yes. Spiders, spiders are not good, nor are they evil. You see, they simply are. And so...
Are they only on the south side of the mountain, or are they on the south side and the north side of the mountain?
Well, a mountain has 2 sides, you see.
Yeah.
And so, where was I with the spiders? I told you they're not good or evil, right? I told you
Yeah, you got that far. Yeah.
Okay, and
no, I understand. They're just a creature,
right,
know.
Right.
Yeah.
Even the poison kind.
Yeah, and we're just, marching into their habitat, and so they're trying to defend it. And so I'm trying to see if, like, maybe there's a way to not do that. That
would kind of
also
make you
involve-
the evil one if you think about it.
Yeah, so we don't want to do that. So we want to know if, like, maybe rather than tunneling through an entire mountain, we could just go around the other side.
Oh, well, the thing is, right now it's spring. And in the spring is the season of growth and the element of life. And, really,
You haven't gone around the north side, have you?
No, I don't have a goddamn clue. I'm very sorry. It's
Okay.
really been a long winter, and I didn't get much exploring done. I've mostly been reading my book of philosophical quotes and things to say to travelers.
Anything good?
The mountain has two sides. That one really stuck with me. I don't know why.
That is a good
Yeah.
one. I mean,
That's good.
All right. Maybe Brunhilde can help you. Brunhilde!
Yes, it is I, Brunhilde.
She can help you out. I'm going to go back to my book. Have fun, guys.
Hey,
Hey.
Brunhilde.
Yes,
Where's
do you
the,
need concoctions? Do you need poultices? Poultici? Do you need some meads? Or perhaps some specialty bread that it stays good for a long period of time, but it's very hard and it tacks itself onto your ribs.
well, I think we'll start with a little bit of local knowledge, and then we'll move on to poultice size if things go well, or magic breads or whatever.
Yes, of course,
Um,
of course.
yeah, actually,
So
if
we
you
know-
have another 6-pack of that sarsaparilla I got last time through, that'd be great.
Oh, of course. I always have a couple extra bottles of the sarsaparilla. Not a lot of people like it. They think it's too spicy. They go for the root beer instead. But I have always said sarsaparilla is where it's at.
No, I
That's
definitely
true.
agree. Yeah. Yeah, so about the mountain.
Oh, did you know a mountain has two sides?
Yes, I knew. The mountain
Only
has
two.
Yeah.
Not four,
That's, yeah.
just two.
2.
That people make that mistake. They normally think that a mountain has more than two sides. In fact, some people theorize that, well, a mountain is technically a circle, so it has infinite number of sides. But the reality when you're here on the ground, it's two sides.
Right, yeah. So, do you know what's on the north side of the mountain? Like, if we go on that path?
Oh, that path? That path is filled with spring that has erupted from the ground and covered many parts of the area in which one might walk. And it's very, very intimidating if you only have normal sneaker pumps.
So,
Rather-
like,
Mhm.
are you saying, like, there's a lot of flowers on that side?
I've never gone on that side before. There's a lot of stuff that started growing, and I look at these shoes. These shoes can't handle frolics.
Oh,
These
yeah,
look
no,
like
definitely.
frolicking shoes to
Those
you.
are-
Do I look like a
those are-
frolicking person to you?
I mean, I feel like saying no is kind of insulting, but no.
It hurts because the truth always hurts. It's fine.
I mean, you look like who you are, Hildy. You look like someone who's, like, really good at the poultices and the sarsaparilla.
It's
not-
Brunhilde. Hilda was my mother. I'm Brunhilde.
Okay, yep. Sorry, just a lot of fond memories of your mom.
Ding.
Oh,
All right. Well, that was Fruitwards. I hope you enjoyed that. I think that in all likelihood, to avoid spiders and springtime, they're going to go through the mountain.
they're gonna meet a troll.
All right. let's move it on to the next segment, shall we?
Oh, we shall.
Yeah.
Twitter shins.
It's time for Twittershins Rapid Balls, where I
Oh
take
dear.
3 tweets from the internet that end with a question mark. I read them to my cohorts, and they provide their input. Let's begin at the beginning. Tweet number 3 from Mark McConville at Mark McConville. Wait, 25% of Earth's mammal population are bats? Cody.
Well, Mr. I have a town named after me. No, it's not 25% because that's what Big Bat wants you to think. It's closer to 99% because I'll tell you what, bat stocks are through the bat roof right now. And if you are not a bat holding for dear life, then you are going to be blinded to the potential profits. Did you see what I did there? That all these bat stocks can bring you because bat is where it's at. And that's it, Markville. So get those wings up flapping because there's too many bats to ignore. You.
Bruce Wayne was given a bat restraining order for bat stalking. Jess.
All right. So the truth sometimes comes in mammal, leathery, skinned beings that go, and so we just have to really start accepting the fact that 25% of the population is just bats. Here's the thing though, like most people aren't gonna know who's a bat and who's not. You have to be like very, very cautious because you don't know if at any moment you could be talking to a bat. Like, are you a bat? Maybe you're a bat, Mark. I don't know this. I can't look at you. I can't see your eyes and see if like you're actually looking at me or if you're pulling a daredevil. I don't know. So, I believe that yes, definitely at least 25% of the world population is a bat. Like, how can you not believe something so factual and so true when I have seen people try to jump and flap their wings and hover a little bit? I mean, that is more than enough fact that proves that 65% of the population is actually bats, And I think that you just have to be careful. You got to watch yourself, especially if you're at night. You're walking around at night. You got like 95% of the population is bats. And it's only a slim few that are real humans, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm putting down?
Well, I'm not most people. John.
Look, this is clearly propaganda, making you want to turn against little furry bat things, because they've been maligned as potentially being vampire. They are not vampire. They are not 25% of population of the world. That is insane. You should pay no attention to the little bats. Pay no attention to the little bats as they multiply throughout the world. It's not something you need to be concerned about, okay? You listen to Papa Vladdy, okay? Papa Vladdy says bats are not a thing to be worried about, okay?
Papa Vladdy.
This is clearly a trusted source.
Oh, it's even better.
Tweet number 2 from, believe it or not, National Day Calendar at National Day Cal. Why are they called gumdrops? More importantly, where can one find Gumdrop Pass and Gumdrop Mountain? Hashtag National Gumdrop Day. John?
Okay, so gumdrops, most people do not understand how dangerous this is. So gumdrop is not describing what they are, it's describing how they hunt. They are gum creatures. They cling to ceiling, cling to ceiling and drop upon you, and you are now covered in the gum, and they eat you. Very dangerous. Look always at the ceiling when going through, dark scary castle or dark scary cave. Really, anywhere dark and scary, you look at ceiling and you watch out for the gum drops before they drop their gum on you.
It's a little known fact that the so-called drop bear of Australia was actually a confectionery marketing campaign. Jess.
All right. You want the answer to your question? You want to know where you can find gumdrops in Gumdrop Mountain? We got to get into a time machine. That's right. I'm taking you back to the year 1973 when love was flower powers and people were putting together groups of other people that were going to infiltrate the federal government when true, real infiltration could happen, not like it happens these days. Because it totally does, but it's always bats doing it. That back in 1973, it was people, and that's when we had gumdrops. It was called, in fact, there was a thing called Operation Gumdrop Mountain. Now a lot of people know about it. All right? So I'm gonna give you a pause to make sure you're not a bat. Cool, you're not a bat. So I want you to just know that you can find everything you need to know about Operation Gumdrop Mountain at a KB Toys near you. All right? You need to go to where there was once a KB Toys. You need to find that store. You're going to walk to the dead center. Bring a measuring tape. Otherwise, you're going to look like a fool. Okay? You find dead center, and that's where you're going to start digging. And you're going to dig, and you're going to find a hole. And that hole is going to go and take you to another fucking world. Okay? They're real. Wormholes are on our beautiful flat Earth. Okay?
I feel threatened. I feel attacked. I need an adult. Cody.
Gumdrop Mountain. Listen here. I'm going to tell you exactly where the mountain is. It's at the top of the peak of where it's all about to come crashing down, because that's what makes mountains, is a peak, and you think, I'm just going to ride this to the top. I'm going to the moon, and you're going to make millions of gumdrop dollars. Well, I got news for you, kid. A mountain has two sides, the upside and the get fucked side, and that's where we're about to be going, is sliding down that hill into goddamn poverty, and gumdrops worth 0.001 gumdrop dollars. So you better get off this mountain fast, because it's going to take you all the way down with it, and if you are riding that sled to hell, you're going to say to yourself, man, I wish I didn't have as many gumdrops because they're not worth shit and they're ridiculous, and you need to pay attention because Big Gumdrop is behind this. They're going to short it, and then you're going to come out on the other side looking like a dumbass because you slid down Gumdrop Mountain, and you shouldn't have, because nobody knows where it is for real except it's here and it's hell, kid.
I climb that mountain every day on the get fucked side. Tweet number 1 from Jason Anarchy at Drinking Quest. Playing D&D. What's a good one-liner for killing a henchman vampire in a dining room? Cody.
D&D, that sounds like drops and dives, which is exactly what you're going to do if you think one line is going to get you out of this mess. I see your HP. You think that shit's just going to be riding high forever? That you're too big to fail? Wrong. You start whipping out that fancy shit and your HP is going to dip faster than Montgomery Ward in 1992. Believe me, I was there. I had to eat my shorts to survive. But by God, kid, if you think vampires are just going to let you walk away from this meeting with your blood investment intact, then I've got news for you. You are less well-informed than a Redditor on a mobile phone. Because, goddamn it, kid, vampires don't put up with that kind of shit. And you shouldn't either. Don't go with one-liners. Go with a solid stake into their fucking faces, because vampires suck at not getting stabbed with stakes and then dying. Take it from me. A big vampire doesn't want you to know. So stab the bastards.
I see your HP and raise you a gateway. Jess.
First, I want to make sure, again, you're not a bat. Okay.
Thank you very much. Good to check. And John.
Look, I want to preface by saying that obviously vampires are not real. Huh? Not real, not a thing. But if they were real, they would not be the henchmen. There is no such thing as vampire henchman. Vampire is always in charge. So you're not going to have quip for vampire henchman. You're going to have quip for vampire lord, vampire prince, vampire head chief guy in charge of all the evil things. So just as long as we have that clear, I don't care what the fuck you say. When you're about to think you're gonna win, but he rips your heart out.
Tune in to Vampire Boss every Thursday night on TNT. This has been Twittershin's Rapidballs.
So I had almost an actual one-liner that I would say in D&D with that, but I couldn't get it all together in my head. Yeah, it was something like, look, I know that you want. It was like, look, I know that a lot's at stake for you with your job here, but I have to tell your boss that you just suck.
Ah!
Yeah.
That would have been good, yeah.
Thanks.
Would have been, yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right,
now,
let's move
Jess,
on.
now you know how I feel all the time.
Oh, no. No.
All right, let's move it on to the next segment. That's right. This tinky-tanky music is an indicator that we're talking about what day this is. You guys call music tinky-tanky, right?
Yeah, everyone does.
Everyone does.
That's the official term, right?
Yeah, tinky-tanky. That's
I'm just
when you have the instrument.
surprised that there are still days.
Oh, right. They just keep coming.
Yeah.
I don't, not necessarily a fan.
You'd think we'd run out by now.
If only.
Oh. Well, according to the National Day calendar, today is National Toast Day.
Oh.
I love toast.
So let's get into that. Would you believe National Toast Day, honoring the humble slice, is on the last Thursday in February?
How could I not?
But it is so very versatile. It carries a multitude of jams, jellies, marmalades, and fruit compotes. We don't stop there. Toast transports proteins and veggies, sprouts, and soaks up sauces and drippings.
Drippings? Oh, why would you call it that?
Why would you use toast for drippings and not normal bread?
Yeah.
Perhaps we have overlooked the necessity of toast, and it shall have its due. We're able to toast it to a variety of shades, pleasing everyone. Whether we lightly toast it or char it to a dark crisp, it serves as a perfect medium for building breakfasts or sandwiches. It accepts seasoning quite well, too. Add butter, ghee, avocado, or honey. It doesn't matter your preference. Cinnamon and sugar? Well, it might depend on your mood. Or perhaps the bread you have on hand. It is cinnamon raisin bread or whole wheat?
Are we adding the bread we have on hand to the toast that we just made? Is that what's going on here?
It's a bread sandwich. It's a bread sandwich. It's 2 pieces of toast with a piece of bread in the center.
Do you only have 2 ends left? Some think those are the best kinds of toast. Others, well, you can't teach everyone the best kinds of toast making.
You can't?
How to observe National Toast Day. Raise a toast to your toast. Be it burnt to a crisp or golden brown, honor your toasts. Use hashtag National Toast Day to share on social media. National Toast Day was started in 2014 by the Tiptree World Bread Awards to celebrate toast and all the breads we make it with. While the organization is in the UK, the day has found a following in the United States.
I feel like we're just spread too thin. It's too much to do in one day for a gnome. What are you supposed to do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I
Oh, good.
God, we're so tired. We don't know. We forgot how to take turns talking. Here, you take the talking stick here.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I think we may need to decide between what we're gonna just have to let go. Like, are we gonna let the bronze monstrosity go? Or are we gonna let the toaster go?
Right. I mean, one's another gnome, and the other one is a statue. So.
Yeah.
I mean, Toaster is a good person.
I appreciate hearing that every once in a while.
You don't have the talking stick, Toaster. You keep.
Fuck.
You see, this is one of the reasons why we're having this discussion, right? Right, Pantaloon?
That's exactly right. Mouse socks.
Yeah. Can you just here? I'm gonna. Okay. Toaster.
Thank you. So I can talk now. Oh, here.
Yes. Yeah, you can talk when you have the stick. Yeah. Here you go.
Okay, thank you. I just feel like ever since you guys found out about the Keeblers, things have been ultra competitive around here, and I feel like we had a good thing going before, and I don't know why we can't just stick to the traditions and the old ways that used to always be fine. Thank you. Here.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, the traditions and the old ways are great and all, but they just don't pay the bills, That's why we're getting into building stuff like the bronze monstrosity, it may seem a little gauche, but war profiteering, there's a lot of money in that. Oh, yeah, here you go.
Thanks. And I mean, really, Toaster, you're not really pulling your own weight, You're kind of... You just sit on a lawn chair most of the days, or you're just standing in somebody's lawn just staring places. It's not being very, productive in general, since we're not allowed to move when we see humans or bats.
I can be productive. Oh, sorry.
Oh, there you go. Here you go.
I can be productive when I feel wanted. Sorry, here.
Oh, no, I don't want it.
Ding.
Oh, jeez.
Ding.
I don't want it. So dismissive.
All right. There we go. A little insight into some bread makers. Bakers, save your emails. We know.
Oh, we know. Sorry, bakers and France.
No. And French bakers. All right, there is one final thing I'd like to take care of this afternoon, evening, or good night, and that is the Improv Game of the Week.
Oh, I remember that.
It's the Improv Game of the Week.
Once again, I'm going to be turning to our Discord. I'm going to go to the suggestion box. It's where one of our listeners suggested that we bring back the old improv game Voices from Heaven.
Oh, a classic.
So in this game, we are going to trade off monologues explaining how we died.
Okay.
And ideally, by the last monologue, you get a full picture of how all these people died, and likely they were all related in one sort of catastrophic series of events.
It gets a
So,
wacky.
does anybody want to volunteer to begin? Great. I hear you, John.
Okay.
I mean, John's really good at it, so.
I believe in the past we've set like professions
Oh, that's
for the
right.
different people. Do we want to do that again or just jump in?
All right, we need a profession for John, a profession for Jess, a profession for Cody,
That's me.
and a profession for moi.
That's Dave.
Who is moi?
I think I just said.
I've never met a moi.
He's my ghost improviser
Oh,
when I'm unavailable.
okay. I think you just said 2 made-up occupations. Pretty sure those are 2 made-up occupations.
I know Fletcher. I don't know Cooper.
I don't know either.
I'm
Like
a limo
a-
drive.
It's like a
love it.
wheel maker.
Barrels. Thank you, Salt. Fletcher
okay.
makes arrows, like
Oh.
archery type arrows. That's what the fletching is. The back of an arrow, and Fletchers make arrows.
I thought it was a feather.
I mean, it's technically related, so you weren't far off. I'm proud of you.
Well, okay, thanks.
I like being a limo driver. That sounds like a blast.
Okay.
I am a billionaire entrepreneur.
Yes.
Alrighty. Well, I had just arrived at BarrelCon. It's a big trade conference for barrel makers. We call ourselves Coopers. It's it's a very it's an important profession. You'd be surprised how many things still get stored in barrels. It's not just apples and beer. Everyone says, oh well, apples and beer. It's more than that. It's more things go into barrels, and so the world is in need of a supply of barrels, and BarrelCon is a time of the year that we all get together and kind of swap secrets of the trade, talk shop a little bit. A lot of us are kind of in our own little world and don't get to chat with each other a lot. So this is an opportunity to do that with a profession that can be a little solitary at times. And so, like I said, I had just arrived, checked into my hotel, and I was down in the hotel bar, hobnobbing with some of the other Coopers down there, and just looked like it was going to be a great BarrelCon. When this guy walks in, and we recognized him, billionaire entrepreneur Leon Spinoza.
Brilliant.
So I don't normally go to BarrelCon. I'm more like an AeroCon person, but when you're using Siri to get your tickets, sometimes it just it thinks you said BarrelCon instead of AeroCon, and I mean, I've been cooped up for ages, and any excuse to get out and safely see people, even if they're Coopers, I'm gonna get over there all swift like. So I'm there, right? I don't know the difference between an iron bar and an ingot. I don't know the inner workings of oak versus cherry wood, or the absorption rate of sulfites or something. Honestly, I thought you just put apples or, like beer in barrels. I didn't know that they could be so fascinating, but they are. And they aren't, because I was in the bar instead, trying to drink away my sadness, wishing that I could just shoot off one of the arrows that I just carry around with me, because as a proper Fletcher, I have just a little mini crossbow wherever I go. It's kind of, I have a card. I always carry my card with me too, just to be safe. And and suddenly this guy just walks in, like he owns the place. This guy that everybody started groaning about, saying, "Ugh, it's Leon." Apparently, I guess this guy likes to just show up at BarrelCon every year and rub in people's faces how he makes barrels out of pure titanium, and how it's like the new future. And I'm like, well, I guess that's different, but I mean, he started getting into an altercation with this other barrel maker, and it just seemed like too much. I'm just sitting there sipping on my my airplane martini, an albatross, and I suddenly see like there's a skerfuffle, and as a proper person, card-carrying member of the Aero Society, I just, I kind of jumped to action, and pulled out, my crossbow to just, get everybody to calm down. Just calm down. Everybody sit down, have a calm, nice drink. Well, I guess I sometimes I get too excited, and I ended up spilling this drink on this other person there that he had a nice hat. He had a real nice hat, I think.
So I'm there at BarrelCon, because I got an interest. And these clowns, they're adorable. They're adorable in their old ways. Wood is the old future. Titanium is the new future. And so I rig up a fun stunt, if you will, using my billions. And I know that these Coopers, very cute Coopers. These Coopers, they're very sensitive about what goes in barrels, right? And it's not just apples and beer. Okay. Other things do as well. So I brought a giant titanium barrel. I mean, we're talking about, a 1,200 gallon barrel. And mine, it's a barrel full of, yes, monkeys. Well, I let the monkeys out at the convention, and it caused a bit of a stir. Somehow a crossbow got involved in the mix, and these monkeys happen to be card-carrying crossbow monkeys. And so that got passed around, and people started going down, myself included. I actually had a slip on someone's spilled drink and knocked my head against a bar. But I shook that off and tried to tell everyone, it's okay. Leon's here. Calm down, and the monkeys won't rip your ears off. But I guess things had gotten a little out of hand.
So convention season is harvest time for the limo people. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's gotta be the fanciest fucking show up at the deal people ever at these big things. I've seen soap conventions, soap con. I've seen soap bubble conventions. Dear God, you do not want to get those two people in the same room together. It is horrifying violence. I have seen haircut con. I've seen shoelace con. Like all of it. I've been there through so many of these. And this one was barrel con. Barrels, Kubla Con. I don't remember what it was called, but there's barrels, and I'm taking this big hoity-toity guy there. He's got like a cravat and some kind of cologne that honestly smelled like somebody put a musket in a blender, but whatever. And it was my last stop of the day, is dropping this guy off at Round Holdy Thing Con, and I thought, you know what? Maybe let's break the rule for once and let's see what goes on inside. Let's see what one of these cons is like, because I'm sitting in the same car all day, listening to the same, top 10 tunes that all the rich clients like to hear. It's great. It's fun. I just smile. Yes, sir. I love Oingo Boingo. They're my favorite. So finally, I walk in after, I circled the lot a couple times. It looked like I was busy, get a couple more miles on the check. I park, I walk inside, and fucking pandemonium. But no pandas. It was monkeymonium. There was monkeys, there was blood. Monkeys fling their shit. There was shit. I don't even know. Maybe they should have been in barrels. Maybe this is how conventions go. I have no idea. But I just walked into this absolute chaos to see two of these guys dueling with barrels. God damn it. Dueling with barrels. I didn't know that was possible. One of them has this fucking fancy, shiny, like aluminum barrel. I don't know. And the other one's got this classic Legend of Zelda ready to be smashed for some rupees, wood with a steel band going around it. It was a classic, and they were just going at it. And suddenly the guy with the wooden barrel says something about he has the high ground, and it got more chaotic from there.
Not many people know about the tradition of single combat between members of the Cooper profession, and but basically the way it goes is you challenge someone who you believe owes you a debt of honor, and you fight each other with barrels. It's not terribly complicated beyond that, but when Leon came in and decided to make a mockery of the sacred, I had to throw my gauntlet down, and I know there was chaos with the monkeys, and some guy got shot with a crossbow at one point, but I had to challenge Leon to honorable combat. Someone had to, and I was the only one not fighting a monkey at that time, and so we got to it. To his credit, he accepted my challenge. He decided to use one of his titanium barrels, which I thought was kind of cheating, but that's okay. I'm confident in my own craftsmanship, and we started fighting, and round and round we go, and we're both getting in some good hits, but after a while, I do see that his titanium barrel is wearing mine down, starting to crack pretty bad in places. I know I can't hold on much longer, and I'm probably going to lose this one. And so that's when I did, something I really, I have complicated feelings about, and I jumped behind the bar, grabbed the banana flavored vodka, and poured it all over Leon.
So I just want to make it very clear here that I might not be part of the Barrel Con normal group, and they might be kind of, boring, but I was having fun hanging with all these Coopers, with Mr. Cooper here left and right. But, that drink that I spilled on that, I don't know, was he a cabbie? He looked too fancy to be one, but maybe, I don't know, that I'll never forget that hat. I don't know a single cab driver that walks around with a feather in their cap and is just a cab driver. I mean, I have a feather in my cap at all times. That's how you can tell, I'm a Fletcher. But that's not, so I spilled this drink, right? Turns out, you're not going to believe it. Banana vodka. Now, I know that might sound weird. It sounded weird to me, but I spilled it on this poor person, and the monkeys who I don't think they had legitimate cards. Thank you very much, because I don't know anyone of the Aero Society that would give a monkey a card. Okay? I'm very good friends with the entire board, and I just don't know a single one. And well, anyway, so all these monkeys, they started descending on this poor feathered cabbie driver, and it's my duty as a Fletcher to help people in need. And I jumped in front. I started pulling monkeys off of his back, and before I knew it, they were all on my back. I had so many monkeys on my back. And it was like they're all hanging on together like in a chain, a chain of monkeys. And I'm like, no, this is how I'm gonna stop these. I'm gonna put these monkeys back into their barrel. And I ran to the closest barrel and I just kind of jumped in because, I do remember one of the Coopers saying something about how it's more than just apples and mead in those barrels. Here's a fun fact. I don't trust that anymore because that barrel was filled with mead and I'm allergic to mead. So here I am. Gosh, I hope that cabbie survived at least.
So all I could think was any press is good press. So I started going about explaining the virtues of titanium barrels to anyone who would listen amongst the pandemonium. I explained that, boy, the barrel kept these monkeys contained all the way here. Didn't it do a great job? I got into a little bit of a kerfuffle with a gentleman with a wood-slatted barrel, and I was, able to wear his barrel down with mine. And isn't that also a great thing in case you do get in some sort of a fisticuffs situation? Mini titanium barrels that fit over your knuckles maybe could be a thing. I do not know. I was a little bit dizzy after hitting my head on the bar, I should say. And really made me feel sleepy. And the chaos all around me was a lot to take in. I was attempting to reason with some of the patrons and share my website and my business cards. When I fell victim to my own prank, essentially. It is a well-known fact that monkeys of various sorts are rather strong and can tear off soft things like noses and ears and so forth. And so when I saw one coming at me with a mean look in his eye, I said, it's not happening to me, not while I'm around to take it. And so I ran out the back door and tried to use the fire escape. It malfunctioned and I fell to my death.
So this Robin Hood looking individual, after having spilled a banana drink on me, and I know I'm very attuned to all flavors of liquor, alcohols in general, mostly. It's you're not supposed to be drunk on the job, but I am all the time. This banana vodka, and I thought I had a moment for a single puissant thought, and it was, fuck bananas, and just started running, just because there's monkeys everywhere. The Robin Hood individual just buried beneath monkeys. I don't know what happened to them. They were screaming something about cards and how monkeys can't have cards, which actually makes a lot of sense to me. I think I would agree with that across the board. And the dueling barrel gentlemen just were having at it. It was very cinematic, but I ran right past him with these monkeys on my tail. I think I actually collected a large trail of monkeys because I read somewhere they can tear off soft things. That doesn't bode well for me. So just weaving through all these different barrels, and I'm seeing as I go that the monkeys are falling into all of these display barrels one by one because there's such a huge horde of them that they can't avoid them. And I guess barrels are the monkey's natural predator because more and more of them were staying in these barrels, but still more of them were following me. And I thought, I'll double back and I'll go right past the dude with the steel barrel, not the steel bands. His was worn down. It looked like a hat at a certain point there. This steel barrel guy will have a way to hold all these monkeys because he's got a cravat. People with cravats, they got it going on. That's kind of their deal. But as I get back there, I see Fancy Steel Barrel Man just take a fucking head out the window, and he's screaming all the way down. It was very, very high pitched. I was honestly impressed. It was like a piccolo just going. And I thought, well, shit, he's not going to be able to help me. And I remember the last time I dropped someone off at BarrelCon, I picked up a souvenir novelty barrel. I put it in the limo. So I ran out to the limo with the monkeys hot on my tail. And I threw open the trunk to get the novelty barrel out because I thought if I can catch one more of these monkeys, then that's good for me. Or maybe I can hide in the barrel myself. That had just occurred to me. But I pulled out the barrel and it was just big enough to fit on my head. So it was like a barrel helmet. And, so armed, I turned to do battle with the monkeys. But then I remembered that it would have blinded me. So the combat did not go well.
And there you have it, that fated day at BarrelCon.
Well, we done it.
That was a thing. We did it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Take
That is certainly all the time we have for this week, folks. Thanks for listening. If there's anything you liked in particular, go to wastingallthetime.com/vote to let us know about it. You come check out the Discord and have fun there, and listen wherever you want to listen now, including Audible. So until next time, my name has been Dave.
I'm John.
I'm Cody.
And I'm Jess. It says so on my name tag.
And we wasted all of the time. Bon voyage.
But
Bye.
Good night, folks.
Congratulations, you've made it to the end of another episode of Wasting All the Time, a podcast. If you enjoyed this show, then please consider subscribing on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher, or follow us on Spotify. If you really enjoyed the show, then head on over to patreon.com/timewastepod and become a supporter of our time-wasting efforts. Now, that was a lot of things I just threw at you, so if you forget all of that, just head on over to wastingallthetime.com, and there we have all the answers.
I did it. I did the go.
I might have been
I
a
almost
little
missed
teeny
that.
tiny
Punch
bit
that red button square in its dick. What?
What?